G'day everyone, just hanging with my Eden, how are you? Eden, say hello. How you going, mate? And little Maya-chan, you say hi, Maya?
Hi,
Maya. Anyway, I just want to do an update on the latest saga I've been having with the cops now. In summary, basically, the cops have contacted me saying your vehicle's in a hit and miss, and I've gone, hit and miss, hit and run. It probably was a hit and miss because nothing happened. Anyway, they said it was in a hit and run, and just a minor accident, no one injured or anything, but you know, they're doing a bit of follow-up, and I'm basically going, look, I'm overseas and my car was in a mate's place, so both got good alibis, and they're basically just really pressed. This Mick Redding guy from Forest Hill cop shop in South Australia has basically said, mate, we need to go and see your car, give us your address, and so I've given them the address because I've got nothing to hide, and neither is my mate who's where the vehicle is, and also it's an opportunity for me to find out you know, what the cops have got. You know, I mean, they've started this, so it's their trail that leads them into trouble. Nothing's going to really lead me into trouble unless there are forces doing this to me and the cops, which the cops don't realise. Now, what I'm talking about here is basically I'm running for Parliament with Gary next election, and our number one policy is getting rid of interest from central bankers. We don't borrow money off central bankers and then just give them interest and increase our national debt and, you know, have all this money go on war and welfare. I'm basically saying let's at least nationalise it and fuck off tax payments and national debt and money spent on war and welfare and create a self-sufficient, abundant society. Now, the last time a major politician, basically said, oh, we're going to fucking get rid of this debt thing, was JFK. And, you know, he basically said, you know, the world's been run off secret societies and this ludicrous fraud, which is interest, you know. So he got shot, right? So I'm not being totally naive and saying I'm running for a platform on this with, you know, 1.5 million followers as a base. So I could probably, you know, make a little bit of a noise. Now, I don't know whether these guys go, well, fucking, let's just sort this cunt out first, right? So we'll input a dodgy hit and miss thing into the system and then get the cops to find out his address, and then we'll go and fucking sort it out. Now, the cop who's done this to me, he's got no idea who did this. I've asked him, I said, mate, who made up this dodgy claim? And it's like, oh, someone, you know, it's gone down my priority list looking into it, and we probably won't be able to find out who did it or find out the photo. It's like, mate, you know, you were really keen when you wanted me to cooperate, and now when I'm just saying to you, can you just back up what you're saying? It's suddenly like, oh, mate, it's just fucking, oh, mate, we're not going to look into it, right? And when I say, well, why did you go around and see the car? Like, what's the point of us doing it? So, oh, well, another division did it. So this cop could be completely unaware of what's going on. So I'm just pushing him a bit, just putting that idea, going, mate, sort it out. And now, if people think, oh, mate, you're being paranoid or, you know, you're on drugs, firstly, I know this is hard to believe, but I'm not into drugs, right? I've never really have been. It's just not my bag, mate, you know. I'm 45, mate. You don't get to this age fucking, you know, in relatively good condition if you fucking trashed yourself, mate. You just end up being one of those comedians who go, oh, fucking took heaps of drugs, fucked heaps of prozzies, and now I've got a confession to make. I'm a little bit depressed because I've got no serotonin left in my brain. I'm fucking not like that guy. So if you're going to fucking go, oh, you're on drugs, fucking, you know, good one. So, but I can still be paranoid if I'm not on drugs. And what I'm basically saying is this: the idea that someone is purposely trying to get to my car, I mean, they can get to me. I mean, you can track someone on your passport. It's got that little thing inside it where they know where you are, or your phone or your internet. You know, they know where you are in the world. But my car, I'm always with it on the road. I sleep with it, and if I'm not, Gary's next to it, right? And, you know, next to wherever I'm staying, and no one's going to fuck with a car without Gary fucking making a ruckus and trying to headbutt the cunt. So, you know, they could go, well, we've got to get to this car while he's away. We know he's overseas. We've got to trick it up. Now, obviously, on the better case scenario, would they just load it up with some drugs and then bust me and go, oh, look, he's a meth dealer. That's how he gets around Australia, and I've got to fucking go through all his shit, right? And obviously worst case scenario is they just trig up the steering and I suddenly, do a Thelma and Louise with Gary who fucking can't steer around a corner and go off a cliff. So, if you're thinking, oh, that's a bit paranoid, Jimbo, to me that is less far-fetched than what the cops are basically saying to me now. And they're basically saying to me, your mate who's looking after your car has been using your car to drive around and commit crimes. And he's also said, or someone has made up the same number plate as yours and driving around with it. And those are just completely far-fetched things. Like making up the same number plate. Mate, there's cameras everywhere. Just fucking find out who's driving my car around. There's two of them. Just do some work and find out. It's not the case. No one's made up my number plate. And my mate hasn't basically gone and fucking used it for crime. So the situation now is, it's like someone going down to the pub and just mouthing off and going, oh, Bill, he's fucking that slut down the road, right? And then, like, the rumour goes all around town, and then there's a whole lot of lives that are affected by it, right? Now, and, the bloke can just sit back and laugh at all the drama. Or the people who are affected by it can find out who the fuck was this guy who started this rumour, and go down to the pub and, it was him, and then just go up to a mate and go, mate, fucking back up what you're saying, or fucking apologise and fucking explain yourself, right? There's no fucking, I heard it, off a rumour of someone 2-3 hours away, and, there's none of that. So I'm basically saying to the cops, fucking tell me what's going on. Why did you go around to my car and look over it? Give me an explanation, and then find out who made this bogus claim and just sort it out. And the cops who do that, that's the difference between a good cop and a bad cop. A bad cop will just fucking ignore it or be complicit in knowing what's going on. But a good cop will go, am I serving the community or am I just serving whoever pays me on this one? The good cops serve the community first, right? And will recognise that I'm just being a fuckwit spreading rumours. You can't just go to a guy and go, oh, mate, your mate's just fucking stolen your car, and just leave it like that. That's just what dickheads do. It's not what a police should be doing. They shouldn't be just dividing the community like this and then just going, oh, well, I'm not going to fucking look into it. So that's what I'm saying. Look into it, cops. I want an answer before I get back on tour, which is going to be hopefully before the end of the year with Gary, because I'm not going to drive that Vadina truck knowing that the cops have looked over it and not given me any explanation as to why. I'm going to sell it. And fucking, the owner, fucking, they might be lucky enough to find some fucking drugs stashed away in the car, and I'm not going to charge you for it because I didn't put it there.